Hey Covenant, Pastor Chris here. I wanted to share an encouraging word with you that I shared with our shepherds that met last Thursday for a shepherding meeting. This is a story from the book of Nehemiah chapter 6. And Nehemiah had been called by God and a very special purpose to rebuild Jerusalem's wall. It was a mighty task, it was a wonderful task, and one that was felt deeply by Nehemiah. He was convicted that this is exactly what the Lord wanted him to do, and surely it was. There were some people that didn't like that he was doing this, and so they were trying to distract him from this work, and they were accusing him of different things. They tried 5 different times to get him to come down off of the wall, and Nehemiah consistently answered them, "I am not coming down off of this wall, for I am doing a good work." You know, there's a lot of things in this life that would distract us from actually doing the good work that the Lord would have for us. This virus, of course, is one of the main ones that happens, and I find myself, I don't know about you, but I find myself getting out of habits that I had worked to build up, and now all of a sudden they are just dwindling away. And I realize that I need to be like Nehemiah, though so many times this thoughts come in my head, get down from the wall, come meet with us, let's do this other thing. No. I need to be like Nehemiah, and I need to say, I am doing a good work, I am not coming down. Well, this didn't solve his problem as these folks continued to try and get him distracted from this work. And finally, he basically said to them in chapter 6, verse 9, he said, "For they all wanted to frighten us, thinking, their hands will drop from the work, and it will be done, and it will not be done. But now, O God, strengthen my hands." Nehemiah recognizes that this work that God has called him to do is just that. It's something that God wanted him to do. And if God has called us, what should stop us? Nothing. And there's things in this world that want to frighten us from getting on with God's good work, thinking that maybe their hands will drop from trying to labor in vain. But yet, Nehemiah says we need to keep doing this, and not on our own strength. But what does Nehemiah say at the end? "But now, O God, strengthen my hands." Covenant Church, in the days to come, and maybe this very day, it might jumpstart you to get back onto the wall of Nehemiah that Nehemiah is building, to say, God, you are doing a good work here, and I am not coming down. And then pray to the Lord to say, God, strengthen our hands for this good work that you have called me to do. I pray that in the days to come, you'd be able to take advantage of this encouragement, and that you would all the more just go on into this life that God is calling you to, whatever that work is, for His glory and for your good. I look forward to seeing some of you at church on Sunday. In the meantime, may you stay on that wall, for God has called you to a good work.